Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Whoa!
Is it recording?
Piper,
Yeah.
go.
Oh, hey. My name's Lucas. Welcome. We're in North Ogden today. I'm with one of my oldest and dearest, and he's like a brother to me. Grew up with him since I was like in 5th grade. I wanted to ask you some questions because I know your background.
Piper, come here.
Now we're just gonna play with the dog for a minute. Hang on. You little shit. You little shit. Get over there. Anyways, so I was talking about, I want to talk about when you got off parole and you decided to move to Florida after living here most of your life. What feelings came across when you entered Florida with your family? What were the, like, what did you feel? Did you feel like a weight had been lifted, or just like a new chapter? Or
Scary.
what were you looking at when you first moved there?
Scary.
I would have to say a couple of things would be a new chapter, a bit of insecurity, and no set plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
A lot of my confidence came from my wife to talk me into doing it, and making me believe that we could do it. And once we got to Florida and our kids were still little, it was a climb from the beginning all the way until we moved back to Utah. So for 9 years, it was from the beginning of the 9 years when we went there. It was just milestones of going further and further to where we wanted to be. And now, and there was lessons to be learned for all of us. I think we appreciated that life, we loved it, but there were certain things that just brought us back home to be with friends and family, and give it another try out here. Since we've had a good life out there, we just made the choice to continue it and try to keep being successful and being happy out here. And in return, for us, we don't have to travel so far to see loved ones. And so it was talked about that we just wanted to take advantage of it in the best way, to be around the people we love the most instead of being so far away,
Right.
and that's what brought us back,
I know, because I had to drive my ass down to see you like a year and a half ago, because I'm like, this motherfucker ain't coming down anytime soon. He's totally established, doing well.
Yeah.
He did better than I've ever achieved, and I'm by far a little bit older than you, so.
Yeah, no, it was a tough decision, really, since the house is up for sale right now. But everything in the process of the plan that we've had in place has worked so far, and so the patience is there. We have to just be steady until our house sells, and then we can basically touch down here and stay put, plant down here, and make it work out here.
Okay, so let me ask you this: when there's thoughts of questioning of self, what do you do to help combat that? Like, you got any rituals or things you like to do energy-wise? How do you work through that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm still surprised every day at how far my family and I have come, and how much we've. I don't know. It's been a lot of sacrifice to get back. It's been a lot of sacrifice and hard work, and so dealing with it myself is, I really don't know yet. Just
Kind of takes a whole family dynamic, possibly.
It takes a
through
tribe, I
channel.
think. You know what I mean? My kids have to do their part. I do my part. My wife has to do her part. But we're just getting settled, and and that's just the way it goes. You got to kind of just reconnect with everything out here. Get used to the people.
Yeah.
Get used to the place again, because places grow, and it's not. In a way, I almost feel like an outsider from where I'm from, my hometown, just because it's a culture shock.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird for me, and forget about that when I'm talking to people and meeting new people out here. And then I forget where I'm going in certain places. But it'll all come to me, you know. It's just routine and getting used to everything again.
But initially, the move to Florida was like the best bet for you.
Yes.
At that frame of mind
Yes.
when you got off, when you were no longer being babysat, and
Yeah.
you're able to like roam wherever you wanted to. You're like, fuck yeah, let's go as far away from Utah as we
Yeah.
possibly can without living in the ocean.
Yeah, that was the biggest and most important attempt I've ever made in my life to make my life better than what it was. I didn't feel like it was going to succeed any further being from my hometown and going through certain jobs and everything like that. I just didn't think I had it in me to do certain things, and I was never going to go anywhere. So,
I bet that's related to the past.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything I knew was holding me down because I didn't know any other way with the way I had gone for a long time. And so it taught me so much: how to be a man, how to be responsible, how to just do the main functions in life, and learn the formula of what it takes to move across the country for one, make it happen from there, and then make a family and conscious decision to finally move back home. And during the period of living in Florida, it was a really, really huge life lesson for me that I needed to go through without anybody, without any interference, without anybody I knew being around, just me taking care of my family and us working it out as a team, and just raising our kids in a different environment than what it was the best environment I thought I could give them, you know, at the time, and it worked, and it's great. And 9 years later, here we are, back in Utah, and living life and being happy again, you know, and growing up and growing
Time to
old.
go camping.
Time to go camping. Time to go to Causey. Time to hit the paddle boards, and do a lot of getting away from the city and stuff like that, and doing things as a family out here. You know, mountain sports, razors, you know, 4-wheelers, stuff like that. Just all that stuff is stuff we didn't get to do in Florida much unless you were at a state park, and it was. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it wasn't the real thing to us from where we're from.
Right.
And
Real
so,
mountains.
yeah, and so
Real terrain.
in my brain, I just want to take full advantage of everything in the right way that I took advantage of in the wrong way when I lived here, and
Right.
grew up here, born and raised here. So
How much did you appreciate the ocean in Florida?
I loved it.
Right.
I loved it.
It was nice.
Everybody, I'm telling you, the past 9 years in Florida were the best years of my whole life, of learning, happiness, meeting new people, seeing beautiful places, so many good memories, and so much success in 9 years for me. And all I'm trying to do is continue that success and just living life and moving forward no matter what. And it's not easy, and it doesn't mean I'm rich. It took a lot of money to do the things that I've had to do to get back here, and so yeah, we're just waiting to sell the house, and like I said, stay put,
Take care of business.
take care of business. And so far, everything, you know, I don't even know how to say it, man. As much as I've doubted the plan has worked so far.
Right.
You know, just let it go and let things go, and just keep working and just generating money and doing the things you can, and make sure the money goes in the right places, you know. And just, it's like starting an engine, you can't stop. You gotta keep it oiled and gassed up.
Oh boy, I know a lot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I need some
it's
oil
been-
for my bones.
it's been success so far, though. Everything has, and I can't complain. I'm really grateful. Really, really, really grateful.
Hell yeah. I'm grateful you're here too.
I am too. I
missed all you guys. That's why I'm like, I'm
a
gonna
lot.
come visit as much as I
It
can
was a
now.
lot, man. We left a beautiful home, you know what I mean? And just like I said, nothing pushed us out of Florida. It was, like I said, it was a conscious decision on our part, and that was the best way we could do it, was get the house emptied out and make the move totally, and let our realtor take care of the rest for us, and just, you know, see what happens, you know, and keep moving on and being successful, buy another house out here. And that's been the plan the whole time. It's really the end game after this whole process, and it's been a 6-month process, so it's important to all of us, and it's almost complete.
Nice.
Yeah.
Come a long way. You grew up a lot.
Yeah, man.
That's for sure.
And my kids helped me do that, man.
Yep.
When I was getting in trouble and where I was going, right when I got off parole, man, I just, you know, I got some chances while I was on parole to keep changing, and I didn't have to go back to prison, you know. And so, you know, it was the thought of my kids having to see anything bad happen to me in front of them. And so I made conscious choices of doing the right thing by turning myself in at times.
Basically, you're telling me your kids saved your life.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My wife and my kids. Oh yeah, they saved my life, and it was tough love, and it was hard to. It was hard. It was hard to like conform to that a little bit, but not too hard. You know what I mean? It was my own reasons that it was hard, because I was fighting my own addictions. You know, so it was hard for me. But the rest, I knew the logic of it all, and I knew it saved my life, and it did. It's awesome, you know.
Put you where you needed to be to
Yeah.
learn what you needed to learn at the time.
I can't, and my kids have gotten older, and I could not have them look up to me in any kind of bad way, but good.
Right.
You know, just a good way, a good leader, a good guy to follow, respect. You know, and that's and to instill the good things into them, and for them to just grow up as good humans.
This guy's grown up a lot. I have to bring it up, even though you don't
You
like
can
me
bring it
to.
up. You can bring it up.
He
Our
used to-
history
he
is
used
so
to
long.
steal the neighbors' shoes, like all the neighbors. Like he'd have 20 pairs of shoes in his closet, and they're all somebody else's shoes. Back when he was younger, he was a scandalous little kid, and now look at you. You're all grown up and
Still
you're
in my
respectful.
shoes.
Can I have my vape,
And he's-
JC,
what?
right there?
Now he stole my shoes.
Oh, he still
Stay right there.
Now he steals his wife's shoes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Now he stole his wife's shoes.
No. My wife and I have the same size shoe, believe it or not, and it's okay.
Wow. And it's okay. I get to borrow her shoes anytime.
She wears mine, and I barely wear hers because my foot's just a little bit bigger than hers.
Wider.
Yeah.
Wider. No, hers are wider. But
Oh. You got them big old fire stompers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
boy.
Yeah, he steals my shoes.
no matter where life has taken us so far, it's been great.
Good.
I think we're all grateful, and if we're not, then we should be.
So let's go back to like 20 years ago. Remember when I picked you up from the jazz house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you remember that day? I remember that
I'll
day.
never forget it.
I'll never forget
I'll
it
never
too. I
forget
don't know.
roaming the streets of Ogden like that at
That
such
shit
a young
was
age.
That shit was crazy.
And experiencing my first experiences, and a couple of them, in a row of that phase. Wow, what weird, good, bad memories,
Yeah.
memories I'll never forget that I still carry with me, of scaredness, loneliness, addiction, and just the urge of wanting something so bad that I just wasn't sure where to find it. Always looking for certain people.
Yeah.
Walking the streets, not knowing what house to go to.
That shit got
Really
crazy.
awful, man. Really awful.
Shit got
Not much
crazy.
guidance, and it got crazy. Yeah, for all of us.
Oh, yeah.
For all of us.
Everybody went through their phase with that shit,
Mhm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you were dancing with ghosts most of the time.
Yeah.
Nothing was really actually there, or was it there?
Oh my gosh! I
You
mean,
know?
either way, it was. There were still experiences there that I'll never forget as well. And so, meant to happen, maybe, I don't know. Just the road I followed, the path. Not much guidance in my life except for older brothers to follow, and
We're all the blind leading the blind, pretty much.
yeah,
the whole time
and
doing
so
the same
so
shit.
we group up and accept each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And do the same things.
that was crazy.
Yeah. But there's memories I still even dream about from that era, that age.
Yeah.
The Quail Ridge days, the everybody involved.
I
Who's
go
here?
back to the red brick house every time
Oh,
I
sure,
drive by that
man.
Maverick.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh, man.
the bedroom used to be there.
You know what's crazy too is when I go from that Maverick all the way up to the hill of Quail Ridge, I realize, man, that really wasn't that long of a stretch of a walk. Because I walked it plenty of times growing up.
Mhm, me
You did
too.
too?
I used to run
I was
it.
like, it's really not that bad. You know what I mean? It was huge when I was little. I was like, I don't want
I
to walk
know.
all the way up there.
I know, and now you're like, it's not so far.
Yeah,
I used
not
to
so
run
far.
up there all the time,
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette.
Oh my gosh.
I was like fucking 8,
I had-
fucking 15. Jesus
I
Christ.
had my days, man. Jeez. Anyhow, from there I can remember the red brick house. Just wow, so much has changed, and I'm just happy you're here, and I'm happy everyone's here to be around for it all. You know,
Yeah.
we've seen a lot. We've seen everything change from
Oh, yeah.
then to what life is like now, and everything involved in it. You know,
The evolution.
the evolution.
As gloom as it might seem sometimes, as long as you can create your own safe haven where you can regenerate your energy that you want to promote outside of yourself.
Yeah, it's about delivering information to your kids and being everything you can be to them, instilling all the information and passing it down before you go. Because all the information you obtain through your life is supposed to be passed down.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know, that's why we're here.
You don't leave
I
people
feel that's
hanging.
why we're here.
You don't
So-
leave people hanging when you know how to do things, and you can be the example.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all we can be nowadays.
I mean, what kind of information? There's only certain amounts of information, importance information, that I can pass down to my children after all the internet and everything, and them thinking they know everything. They learn a lot that I don't teach them, but you know, I'm still here. Well, you know, I'm still here to give them information while I'm here. You know, whatever it is. There's certain things that maybe they don't know, but will ask me, and you know, it's all about that, you know, information, memories, and experience to me. You know,
With me, it's been about
'Cause-
just being the example. If I'm gonna, you know, it's about what you're doing, not exactly what you're saying half the time. And
exactly.
a lot of people get stuck behind starting out with lying and wearing masks, and it's been a tough journey. I know for me, the last year, I've had to cut so many people out of my life just because I knew they were still in my energy.
Yeah,
It
you
was
have to.
crazy.
You have to, and us moving back from Florida is still just a perfect opportunity for us to still just continue our private life.
Yeah.
And it's not like, and this is the thing, I'm not worried about seeing anybody or worried about any kind of urges. I've gotten through that life for years now, you know, and I'm proud to say that finally, you know. And I've been in this work mode for so long that it's almost like I'm bred to do it. Like I know the formula to, and that is just to keep going with work and keep paying and it sucks to say, you know, paying bills and getting caught up and doing things that you want to do. You got to work for it, and so that's all I want in life is nice things and to be happy and comfortable, and not with too much, because I experienced that and.
Takes away your energy.
It takes away your energy because you know, you can store a lot of bad energy in a big house, and it's tough to get rid of at times. And it was really tough this move, and so, you know, to live light and happy and just have the necessities and things that make you happy around you. Not too much, you know.
Right.
And I don't think it's because I'm getting old. I just think it's really nice to have it that way after experiencing
Having too much of everything.
Have an abundance of things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And being able to size down was it was an experience for me, giving so much stuff away to Goodwill or selling things and bringing things, and it's just like, man, I'm still trying to downsize stuff.
Yeah, because you feel that getting lighter.
Mm-hmm.
You're not carrying all that baggage.
Well, I'm trying not to, and you know, and I think in my wife's brain, in my brain, I think we're thinking that, like, okay, once we get our house, we're gonna need things to fill it. And
Definitely,
so
yeah.
the things we're keeping are like still of importance, and we have downsized a lot, and we still have a lot, and you know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that too. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to go with the flow of life and not make things happen at my will.
Right.
And I'm trying to teach my kids to just go with the flow and let things happen. You know what I mean?
Instead of forcing it.
Instead of forcing
Yeah.
things the way you want to, man, life will go so much simpler if you just accept things the way they are and as they come to you. And I just stand by that. And it works for me.
Nice.
You know, through practice and through hard times of learning.
Right.
You know.
But,
So, yeah, man. What a journey so far, and having my kids grow up and being a part of their lives, man, is my biggest accomplishment so far in life. You know, there's so many things underneath that just level down, but there's so many. That's, man. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I,
But
okay, well, you
yeah,
know,
I guess
not,
I kind of do.
I mean, I'm just
because
saying.
I love your kids too. Like
I know.
they're
I'm
my
just
own.
saying, not having, not carrying in the tradition of what I grew up to.
Right.
And
right.
changing that, and giving and being there, and being a married man, and happily, you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
being
the
a
happily
team.
part can be a struggle.
It's a struggle, but that's what it takes, is tough times and good times, you know. And so, it's been just that, but it's been being together as a family, and like you know, me, JC Kinsley, my wife Amber, we finally get the chance to live together through the whole process of the move, which, like I said, I think earlier, took 6 months for the process to be complete, just about. And you know, a lot of people have been in our lives, not in a bad way, but having the room in our last house, you know what I mean? We accepted a lot of people to come stay with us, and it was long term instead of what we thought, more long term. And so after about 7 years now, we finally have the chance to finally just be us four and live as a family and start over, start a new page. We're excited. I'm excited. I think my family's excited. I hope they are, you know. I really do, you know. It's a chance to start over.
You're excited, huh?
Super.
I feel like you know, everything's gone well. You know what I mean? Even I'm just trusting the process and doing my part. My wife does her part, and she does all the stuff that I don't like to do.
Hell yeah.
She does all the stuff that I don't want to do. I know how to bring in the money, and she knows how to put it to where it needs to go. And she does
Your accountant.
she's the accountant, and she's the accountant,
Accountant
she's the
of the
secretary.
castle.
Yeah, she's the accountant and secretary of everything. And so, you know, my trust is like 100% to her to make things happen like that, and she trusts me to make the money. So that's what we try to do as a team.
Ain't that nice, instead of trying to juggle everything?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't mentally. I mean, I'm not saying I can handle it mentally. I mean, but I probably couldn't. You know, what I handle is enough for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And what she handles is like a lot for her. She loses sleep over some things, but she still makes things happen. So our trust in each other is there. Our kids believe in us. Our kids are doing really well. I feel they're happy. You know, we're back together again as a family.
Speak up.
You know.
Yeah.
Sorry, cutting up on that.
I got caught in the mouth.
No, I'm just saying, you know, we're all together as a family, finally, us four. And so, with no outside interference. And so the choices we make are between us, instead of other people putting
Right.
their 2 cents in and their choices in and what we should do, shouldn't do. And we've made it this far, man. Dude, it's been a journey. It's been a journey being a husband and a father.
Oh, yeah.
And being there and being present and succeeding, and now that I've had it, I don't want to lose it.
You ain't gonna lose that shit, bro.
The hunger, the success, the my life, you know what I mean?
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up because you talk too fucking long.
I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, remember,
Sorry.
namaste, because the weirdness in me uplifts and encourages the weirdness in you. Have a great night. See? Close that shit.